Everyone, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a Discord bot and a small example that I made myself. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you want to go to discord.com and go to the developers portal via the link up here. Then you're going to want to click on a new application and call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it my example bot. Then you're going to want to create it. You're going to want to confirm you're human. Only humans should be watching this video. Then after you've created your bot, you might want to add a description or an image or make it look nice. But for our example here, we're just going to leave it pretty bare bones. So then we're going to go to the O2 authentication, the OAuth 2 tab. We're going to click on bot. We're going to make it a good old administrator. And then we're going to get our URL. We're going to copy it. We're going to open a new tab and we're going to paste it in to our search browser. Then obviously we're only allowed to add it to servers that we're in. For this one, I've just made an example server to add it to. Then make it an administrator or not, whatever works. From your human, still. And there, it's added to your Discord channel. So now, once you've created your bot and you've thought, oh, okay, it doesn't really do anything, just kind of sleeps all the time, you go back to your developers portal and you get your token here. You, of course, add the necessary permissions that you need to edit the or to use the bot down here. You reset your token, make sure, or generate it, make sure nobody else sees it. And then once you've got your token, you can make an API call to edit the bot. So now, after you've gotten your API key, you can import it into your Python environment by putting it in a .env environment, which is recommended over like hard coding it into your Python script. Then you basically want to call it, you want to get your token, and then you want to use the Discord Python package, set your necessary permissions or intents. Then you want to create a Discord client instance. And I've created two functions here. So on ready, this means when the client is ready, it'll tell you, just a bit of a sanity check. Okay, this is working. Then I've created the bigger function called onMessage. And what this does is that anytime there's a message, this bot gets triggered and it has commands or what it executes. So first thing here, important, is that you don't want the bot being triggered by its own message, because then it creates an infinite loop where it's sending out a message and then it's replying to itself and then it's replying to itself. So basically create a breaker here. And these are a few print statements for information. And this simple function just counts the number of vowels and consonants from a specific user, looking back at a few statements in their channel history, going back 10 messages. So this is just super simple. If C, where C is each letter in clean count or in the message, then we count the number of vowels. If C is in our consonant string, we just count the number of consonants. and then we return our count in a formatted string. And then obviously at the end, we need to call our client to run this function. So what we'll do here is we'll just run the script using Python 3, source, Discord boss. I've called this one word boss. Now it's outputted, our output from onReady, the bot is ready, logging in as XYZ client. Then we're gonna want to go to our Discord server and then gonna go ask my example boss. I don't know. Please, you don't have to write a message to the bot, but it's probably better to understand what you're doing. Please do a message analysis and then the bot's going to count the number of consonants and the number of vowels. And then if we go back to our disk or to our code, it's already read all these messages in from Brian McBride, which is me, my example plot. Please do a message analysis and it'll read all the messages, put them into a normal string, and then it'll output it. Also here we have the message directory or its attributes, and this kind of shows through the message kind of objects, you can get quite a lot of different stuff, and you can basically just take all the information from the Discord server and then kind of do whatever you want with it. So the possibilities are basically anything you think of in Python, which is basically anything. The message author, that's like information about my Discord name. And that's just a very simple boss. Then I'm going to show you a bit more of a powerful boss, just as another example. So for the second function, I basically just created an AI wrapper. So I created this helper function called Gemini wrapper, and it basically specifies that this model is fact checker, and that's it. So then we go to our fact checker bot, and what this does is it's really similar to the word bot at the start. And the onReady function is the exact same, except the onMessage function is different. So this one, it's a bit more complicated. So what it does is that it, if you reply to someone and also reference the bot, then it fact checks what you replied to, or quote unquote fact checks. And if you don't reply, then it just fact checks what you said. So for example here, we're going to run this fact checker bot, copying the relative path, Python 3 dot fact checker bot. Oh, what's the issue? Oh, my bad. I have the directory wrong. This should work now. Amazing. So we have our beautiful bot running. Actually, we're actually using the same token for both bots. Although in theory, you should probably use different tokens if you wanted both bots to run at the same time. And then I'm going to reference my example bot. I'm going to say, the sky is red. And it's going to say false, obviously. and then if I reply to my message or someone else's and I say, ask my example bot, then it's going to give me back a response based on whatever the replied message was. And actually doesn't matter what our message is. So say we reply to this message, but we say at this web bot, the sky is purple, something like this. It's actually going to ignore our message and then it's going to reply to the sky is blue message. So that'll be the second one, just a simple AI wrapper. And those are the two bots I created. The key thing is that this is a really simple function to run, but obviously if I stop running this, if I stop running the bot, then it's just going to turn off. It's not going to do anything. I can add it, but it actually says offline. It's not going to do anything. So if you wanted to run this full time, you'd have to probably connect to a server that runs it. It's extremely lightweight. It's not a very difficult function to run continuously. And those are the two fact-checking bots or the two bots that I created. And I hope this is informative on how you can create your own bot. And thank you for watching.